Hello. Welcome to Powered by Joy podcast. I'm Erica, your host here, and we are seeking more joy and happiness and adventure and seeking being able to feel empowered to make change in our lives. So if you're somebody who feels super stuck, frustrated, bored, a little lost, maybe your kids just moved off to college, or you just had some big life changes and you're just feeling stuck or in a rut and you're just like, I do not know how to get out of this Groundhog's Day. We talk about all of the different ideas and ways we can make more of a capacity in our lives or a space in our lives for more joy and pleasure and happiness and adventure and play and just feeling empowered to make shifts within ourselves. And so today's kind of a short, little different one. I'm speaking from my experience this very morning. Okay. So I wanted to dive right in and share how I have had a week or two that have just been packed full, as I'm sure most of us feel this way, especially as summer wraps up, packed full of events and playtime with family, get-togethers, birthdays, all the things. So very blessed to have that in my life, having lots of grandkids and kids and family around, and then having people visit, all of that, super blessed. And then you add in working and taking care of responsibilities and other responsibilities we have in life that we won't dive into now, but some of that stuff can be really draining. And so it's like, even though some of it's from doing activities that bring us joy and happiness and connection, and then you add in work and taking care of the house and feeding the dog and getting the car back to the dealership for yet another recall, all the things, right? It can be really draining. And then you're like, where the fuck do I get time to take care and recharge my batteries? And it is so challenging in this day and age to really protect that time for ourselves or create it or carve it out in our day. So even if we can't get to it every day, like, it's important to find a way to carve out that time. And sometimes that's saying no. Sometimes you have to cancel on something, because when you hit a wall and you show up to something and you've hit the wall, like, we're not being our best selves, we're spewing that tired or maybe irritable energy onto everybody around us. So maybe we're just not even hearing. So we're having a conversation and you get offended, or you bite back and you're bitchy and you're like, oh, why am I always like this? But a lot of times it's sourced from that we just haven't taken a few minutes to just breathe, be in our body, or rest, or get a good night's sleep. And last night I was so tired and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep so good. And then I tossed and turned, and like I was in that dream state where I like was interacting with the dream and aware I was dreaming, and also felt like I was aware of my body at the same time. So it was like I woke up and felt like I'd been kind of awake all night, and was feeling like, oh, I have a plate full today, and there's things that I'm excited to do, and I do not want to show up to these meetings with this energy, because I don't want to feel that way, and I don't want anyone else to start to feel like I'm feeling right now. And I do not want to be the drainer who steps into the room and brings that vibe down in the room and like makes other people go, oh yeah, this has just been, I'm dreading today. It's just something I got to get through. So I've talked about it before, but I'm just going to share the power of making yourself do things we don't want to do can really change and shift our energetic being and our emotions. So yes, I woke up super tired, just like bleh. And the last thing I wanted to do was work out, but I've been really committed to moving my body, and sometimes it's in a simple way, not a lot of exertion, but I still move my body. And so there's nothing in me that wanted to work out this morning, but I thought the one thing that I know shifts my energy is moving my body. And sometimes it's jumping on my little mini trampoline, and sometimes it's doing some weightlifting in my room, or it's yoga, or going for a walk outside. But like, I knew I needed it this morning extra, and I wanted to do it easy workout. And then I was like, nope, I'm going to get my sweat on, because I know that even though I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes we have to do things we don't feel like doing because we know the payoff and the return in the end is what we're going for. So I did not want to do it. I still chose to work out and got my blood pumping, and I took a shower, just had that fresh start, listened to something really good on YouTube that was uplifting and got me in a good mood. And just like, there's certain things I like to listen to, whether it's YouTube, meditations or uplifting messages or inspiring messages, or I'll just make sure it's like a podcast or something. If I'm listening to it while I'm getting ready, I always make sure, especially in the first part of my day, to only take in content that's like uplifting, high vibe, positive, loving, joy-based, just any of that. But if it's like, I'm not touching the news, I don't want to listen. I'm probably not going to listen to Joe Rogan because, it's usually a lot of serious talk, and there's some of those podcasts that I won't listen to because they're just more serious or make me think about the troubles in the world today. So I purposely protect that part of my morning and my brain space and my emotions. And then that way I did those things and I just took a couple minutes to breathe. I didn't feel like I had the time to do my full journaling and all my other things that I normally do, but I just took a couple minutes to just be with myself. And when I took the dogs out potty, I put my feet in the grass and just breathed in and just pictured like all the stress melting into the grass and leaving me. And it was like, by the time I had done all that, and I decided to make myself feel good and free for a little bit, and I just was like a whole different person. I had the energy and I was excited to get on these meetings that I was on today, to get to those. And both of them were so inspiring and uplifting, and it just raised my energy and my vibe even higher. And it was just awesome to see that one investment in making the choice to like, no, I know that my morning self-care routine has payoff, and that even though I don't feel like doing it, the payoff I get from making sure I take certain steps each morning make me so much more effective and powerful to get through my day. I can always produce more. I can deal with the stresses better. I can think more clearly. And so I just wanted to get in here and just talk really quickly, which isn't very quick because I can't seem to do a short episode, just passionately trying to encourage you that even when you've had a shitty night of sleep and you're just not feeling good, commit to a morning routine of moving your body, because it moves the emotions, it clears out the sleep, clears your brain, gets your blood pumping, oxygen flowing through you. And if it means you just dance around to 2 songs in the morning, it's still going to get your blood pumping. But getting your heart pumping, waking yourself up, take that shower, just taking that time to do our self-care in the morning and just kind of get grounded into our bodies after a night of sleep or tossing and turning before we show up to interacting with other people in our day is very valuable, and there's always big payoff. And so I just wanted to remind you that like sometimes we have to do the hard thing first, and then the payoff comes later, and it's usually worth the reward of like getting to show up and feel more joy and ease and flow in the rest of my day by taking that time in the morning to do things I don't really feel like doing because I was tired. I was so tired, and I was grumpy because I was tired, but I was able to shake all that off by doing the steps that I know work for me personally. I do have a self-care guide that is free access for you. You can download, and I will have that in the show notes. And it's just my personal routine that I do in the mornings when I can. And sometimes it's a short version of it. Sometimes I have to drop 1 or 2 elements, but like I still commit to checking in with myself, getting centered, moving my body, because that sets me up for my best success in the day. And it sets me up for success in dealing with life and being able to respond instead of react to everything that happens to me the rest of the day, which means all my interactions tend to go smoother or deplete me less, and I feel less intense emotions because I'm a little bit more grounded. So just wanted to encourage you to develop that morning routine that kind of gets you plugged in and grounded within yourself, and help that empower you to have a better day than you thought you might have when you woke up and didn't feel so hot, right? So that's my loving message to you today, to invest in loving yourself, love on yourself a little bit before you get going in the day, even if you have to wake up a little bit earlier. It's worth it. And if you know me, you know that's crazy for me to say because I didn't used to be as much of a morning person. So the fact that I'm even suggesting that is crazy, right? But it is worth the investment. You're worth the investment. You're worth making those little shifts in your life so you can have more joy, more happiness, more adventures, and more play. And if you have any questions, you can go to my contacts below. I'd love it if you'd share this episode with someone if you think it would hit home for them and they might need that tip to get them going in the morning. They always seem to have a rough morning that you hear about. Whatever it is, I would love to be a resource for those people. So please send that over to your peeps. And also, you can check out, I have my new offerings down below. Playdates for Mamas coming up in August in the Boise area if you're local. And I'm also offering a class called Wisdom Within about intuition and mediumship that is also in the Boise area, and that starts in mid-September. And so all the details of those are on my website, and the links are in my show notes. So if those are things you're trying to learn more about or interested in, please feel free to check those out. And I also am I have to look at the calendar. I've got about 2 more weeks where I'm opening up spots for a free discovery call for people, especially if you're empty nesting and you're looking to figure out how to deal with newly having kids busy and not needing you, or just maybe you're just burned out and you're just like, I'm feeling stuck and I need help. I'm offering those free first-time discovery calls, so you can go on my website and sign up for that as well. Like I said, it's going to be open for about 2 more weeks for that. And so I hope if you love this, that you will subscribe and follow along. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful, awesome week. Bye.